Excursion back with the minor league pregame show, counting you down to AA Texas League Baseball with tonight's version of the Bowman Prospect Spotlight. Kevin Mack will be our man to watch as he's put together a pretty nice performance over the last month or so. EK, what's your take on his recent efforts?
Matt, he's been a bright spot on this team for sure. Played very consistently, and in the process, he's earned himself a nice little stat line. When you're in the minors, it's steady play like this that keeps your organization and people around baseball regarding you as a top prospect. He definitely appears to be just that. So if he's able to keep this up going forward, I like his chances of getting a promotion. Now, there's no guarantee or anything, but the organization has to be pleased with his output recently.
All right, lineups and first pitch are coming up next. Stay tuned for that right here on the show. Get his first shot here. 2 hits in.
Hey guys, and welcome to another Road to the Show episode featuring Kevin Mack on MLB The Show 14 on the PlayStation 4. This episode is going to be a little bit different than the ones in the past. I'm going to be talking more about sports going on right now in the real world, in the NHL, MLB especially, and the NBA. NHL and NBA with the playoffs going on. It's pretty important to talk about those. And MLB's at the quarter pole, so it's nice to recap on how things are going there. So I'd start with my favorite team in the MLB is definitely the Chicago White Sox. Being around the Chicagoland area, you get to choose 2 teams, the Cubs or the Sox. I choose the Sox, but I'm definitely still a Cubs fan, so don't. I know I kind of sit on both sides there, but I like both teams. That's how it is. I'll start with the Sox first. The Sox have actually been playing pretty well today. I mean, pretty well in the season. They played pretty well today, too, as they beat the Indians 6-2, mostly off a Dayan Viciedo 3-run shot. And Quintana got the win there, I believe. So they've been playing well. They've pitching the ball pretty well. Quintana and Sale have been doing a pretty good job. And they've been actually scoring a lot of runs, which is definitely something they're not really used to doing. Usually they're more just relying on the young pitching to get wins when they do, but now they're hitting the ball really well. Now this is kind of weird in the video here. I got injured by swinging at this high fastball here, and it's kind of funny. I guess it teaches me not to swing at those. I mean, I'm only out for a few days, but it's kind of funny. I actually had not really had an injury problems with this game in year past, so it was kind of interesting that was an injury that I shared my bicep from swinging at that pitch. And when I come back, I don't really play third base anymore. They move me to DH, so I don't really do any fielding anymore. So the remainder of the video, you're not going to see any fielding. It's just me hitting because, well, I'm a DH now. Designated hitter. But getting back to the Sox, the highlighted player I talk about mostly would be Jose Abreu. He has had a fantastic year thus far. He's 27 years old. He's a first baseman this year for them. He's got 15 home runs, which was leading the majors until Nelson Cruz belted one in yesterday to give him a 16 home run lead. So he's still second in with the 42 RBIs. He's having a really good year in that regard too. And I believe Alexi Ramirez has about 35 RBIs. Like I said before, they are really scoring a lot of runs, which is not what the Sox are used to doing. It's really them and the Cubs were mostly just all pitching and no hitting. And the Cubs have continued that this year with definitely no hitting. Jeff Samardzija is having a fantastic year, and he actually got his first win this year today. He is now 1-4 with a 1.5 ERA. Pretty amazing to think about that he finally gets his first win in, what is it now, late May, and he's had the best ERA in baseball. So that tells you how much the Cubs have been doing on the offensive side of the ball. They've been terrible. But they are definitely a bottom feeder. I think they are worse in their division, one of the worst teams in baseball, and it's kind of disappointing because they do have a lot of talent with Starlin, Rizzo, and obviously Samardzija. Even I think Theo's probably getting a little frustrated. Probably did not expect this turnaround to be as long as it has been. I think he would have thought that they'd be probably a little better than they are right now. I know most people did, especially myself. I really thought that they would be able to turn the corner here relatively soon. Because of all the talent they have. They have a lot of young talent in the minors, too. This is me being a boneheaded play in the running the bases. You'll see those as a trend. And here's that player comparison chart I was talking to you guys about last episode. Here you can see the potentials of the people in your position, and also your overall and your adjusted overall. The adjusted overall is mainly what you need to look at. If your adjusted overall is higher than the person ahead of you, or you will pass them then in the list there. And obviously, the higher you get up in the organization, the higher you'll get looked upon, and the quicker you'll get moved up. So as you can see here, I was in the 3rd spot, and only the MLB starter and the MLB bench were ahead of Kevin Mack. So his likelihood of getting moved up is pretty good, actually, and it's good. I mean, we want to get moved up, and if you keep hitting well like I have been with him, then you're just going to get moved up faster, and that chart shows you how you are compared to everyone else. There are a lot of third basemen in this organization, but I'm definitely one of the better ones already. And with that A potential I have, I'll be looked at higher than everyone else and probably get moved up faster than everyone else as well. But yeah, getting back to the Cubs, it's really disappointing. I just wish that they could turn the corner. You know, like I said, they're probably my second favorite team, honestly, and it's getting disappointed. I really wish that I want to see them do well. But yeah, also around the Chicagoland area, hockey's a pretty big deal. And actually, the Blackhawks just finished their game when I'm making this commentary here, and they did not play well again. They lost Game 4 to the LA Kings, 5-2. Yeah, it was 5-2. I was watching that game in the Pacer Heat game, going back and forth. They got killed. They got killed. They've lost now 3 straight games to the Kings, and they're gonna need to win 3 straight games to advance. So they put themselves in one heck of a hole. But they have come back from this before. Last year against the Detroit Red Wings, they came back and they won that series after being down 3-1. So they've definitely proven that they can do it. So they just gotta man up and do it, I guess. It's gonna be tough though. Here's more boneheaded base running by Kevin Mack. If he gets the base running down, it'd probably be pretty good. But you know, can't get that department down, I guess. Right? I guess yet. But yeah, the Blackhawks. You know, you put yourself in a hole. Crawford did not have a great game. Again, obviously, that's I believe that's now 15 goals in the last 3 games, maybe a little bit more. So that's not very good. You're not going to win any games when you're doing that. So you just need to turn it on. They need to just say, okay, let's get this going here. Patrick Kane and Jonathan Taves, Patrick Sharp's got to play a little better, but they have the talent to do it, so they got to do it. And as for basketball, that is also going on right now. Like I said earlier, I was watching the Pacers and Heat game. The Heat won Game 4. They now lead the series 3-1. They won now 3 straight games. So the Heat are well on their way to going back to the finals, unfortunately, but that's how it is. They're a very talented team. They play really well. They play really well at home. They won both their home games, and now we'll go back to Indiana for Game 5, is it? Yeah, for Game 5, sorry. And we'll see if Indiana can win the remainders. They have lost the home court advantage because the Heat won in Indiana, so they're going to need to win another game in Miami if they want to take it. So we'll see. They put themselves in a hole though, and they're going to have to battle out of it. As for the Western Conference, the San Antonio Spurs and Oklahoma City Thunder reside there, and the San Antonio Spurs are currently up 2-1 in that series. They were up 2-0 until last night when the Oklahoma City Thunder finally got their first win. Serge Ibaka actually did come back for that game and played pretty well, so that's a good sign for them. If they want to get back in the series, they'll need to win. Again, though, they're going to need another one at home, and here's more boneheaded base running. I told you guys it wasn't going to end. It was, eventually it'll end, but try to get a triple there did not work. The Thunder took care of their business at home, though, and they're going to need to take care of it again tomorrow night. If they do, we'll be back at 2-2, and it'll be a series. I'm actually secretly rooting for the San Antonio Spurs because I think that would be a pretty good finals matchup between them and the Heat. And I think they give the Heat the best chance of losing, but I guess we'll see. But getting back to the video here, you see the Tulsa Drillers were playing pretty well, and Kevin Mack's getting the doubles I was talking about last episode. Continuing to get a lot of doubles and extra base hits and more home runs now too. Definitely increase the power numbers, and I put more attribute points into the power. But most of these shots are just like this, so there's deep shots that are barely not getting out. And so if the outfielders don't get to him. You know, I get in there for doubles and even triple right here. So Kevin Mack actually has second triple of the year. Pretty amazing for a guy that only has, you know, 25 speed. I mean, it's pretty amazing that I even got on that many, because he is not fast by any stretch of the imagination. Now, I thought I had another one here, but then this center fielder makes a fantastic grab in the outfield. Like, he just robs me better than I even anticipated. You don't see these plays in Double-A almost ever, because the outfielders are so poor. So this was fantastic by him. This will end the video. I go 1-4 the triple that game because he got robbed. If you guys like the video, hit the subscribe button and maybe even the like button if you want. And I'll talk to you guys later with more Kevin Mack coming. Peace!